Do you belong to the corporate world? If you do, it's important for you to attend meetings. Or probably you'll be asked to attend meetings. So there are certain business English phrases that you need to know when you attend meetings. And which are these expressions or phrases that you need to know? Well, that's what we are going to learn in today's lesson. Hello everyone, you're with me Niharika, and in today's session we are going to look at certain phrases that you need to use during a business meeting. Now, in this lesson, I'm not going to help you to how you conduct a business meeting or a conference call, but the phrases that you need to use during a meeting, okay, while the meeting is going on. Now, of course, in the business world, the most important terms that we use in English are please and thank you. Yes, that goes a long way in the business world. Please and thank you have to be used on regular basis. To whatever you say, you need to add that polite term please or thank you. Now, in this lesson, we are going to look at 4 different situations that you face during a meeting and what exact phrases that you can use in order to explain yourself better is what we're gonna look at. Now, always remember that business meetings are very crucial for any workplace, and it's important for you to conduct it well and be firm. Now, when I say be firm, doesn't mean that you need to start being rude or pushy. You just need to be firm. So we are going to look at the very first situation or the very first instance, which is when you accidentally speak over someone. Okay, someone is saying something and not on purpose, but accidentally even you end up saying something. So now what do? Do you just look at his face and then you go blank? No. The expressions that you can use in English are, the first one is, sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying. So here you're giving the other person a chance to say what he was saying. Okay, because as I said, when it comes to business meetings, it's important for you to listen and understand people. So if you accidentally speak over someone, then this is the right phrase that you would use, which is, sorry, I interrupted you. You were saying, so you're giving him a chance to say what he was saying. Okay? Moving on to the next phrase, which is very simple. Please go on. Okay, so if that person was saying that, so we need to meet our targets and that's very crucial for our company, and then you just said something accidentally. You didn't mean to, but you just said it. So you can say, hi, please go on. Okay? And another phrase that you can use is after you. So here you're being very polite and being nice, of course, by saying after you, which means again that you're letting the other person speak first, and then of course you will be given a chance to say what you have to, right? So make sure that you stick to these phrases during a meeting or during a conference call. Now, it happens that in a conference call, you are not looking at people, unless it's a video conference call. However, if you're just on the telephone and you all are too many people in that conference call, there are chances that you would speak over someone accidentally. So stick to these phrases. Moving on to the second situation that we commonly face in a meeting is clarification. There are times when you really don't understand what the other person said. Probably you didn't hear it, or probably you have a doubt that you really need to clarify. Like you have a question, and it's always better to ask questions rather than, having these assumptions about what people just said. So which are the phrases that you can use during a meeting in order to clarify your doubts? Well, the first is, so am I to understand that, okay, so someone is explaining something, okay, about the company, and you are not quite sure what he said. You're a little confused. Maybe you didn't understand the pattern, so you need to clear your doubts. So in order to ask that question or in order to clarify that doubt, you can begin by using this phrase that am I to understand that, and then followed by your question. Okay? The next one is, sorry, but just to clarify. Now again, you are in a meeting, okay? People have said what they wanted to, and you're not quite clear about what they literally mean, okay? It's important for you to understand them better. So, just to clarify a doubt, or you have to go ahead and ask that question. So you'll say, sorry, but just to clarify, and then followed by your question or your doubt, okay? The third phrase that you can use is, so what we are saying is, now this is just to understand the whole situation. Okay, probably y'all are talking about, it's a sales meet, okay, and y'all are talking about your sales, your targets, and you just want to understand this better, okay, so you have heard what each and every person had to say, and you just want to clear your doubts, so you will go ahead and use this phrase that, oh, so what we are saying is, and then kind of just brief it up with your questions, okay? And then the last phrase, you use it when you didn't hear what the other person just said. Okay, you probably just missed it. All right, maybe you were busy texting someone or just maybe on Facebook, which is not a great thing to do when you are in a meeting. But yes, if you missed on what the other person just said, then you're gonna say that, I didn't quite hear that. Sorry, could you repeat that? Now again, you use the word sorry so that, you sound a little more polite. You don't want to be rude, that you don't want to show that, okay, I didn't really hear you, could you just repeat it? No, you're going to say that I didn't quite hear that. Sorry, could you repeat that? So here you're apologizing because you didn't hear him, so he can be a little loud, right? This is perfect when you're on a conference call as well, right? So these are the phrases that you can use in different situations. And now let's have a look at certain phrases that you can use in order to agree to what people are saying. And if in case you want to disagree, what are the phrases that you can use? Now, when you are in a meeting, you realize that you do agree with people, okay? So what are the phrases in order to show that, yes, I totally agree with you? Well, here are the 3 phrases that you can end up using. The first one, that's an excellent point. I totally agree with you on that. So someone just said something and you're like, bang on, yes, he's right. So you're not going to jump off your chair and you're going to say, bang on, you're right. Well, that's not right. That's very informal. Well, when it comes to business meetings, you have to be really formal. And the best phrase to use is, that's an excellent point. Maybe you can take the person's name. Maybe Mr. Smith just made a point and you agree with him. So you can say, that's an excellent point, Mr. Smith. I totally agree with you on that. Okay? Another expression that you can use is, okay, I think we are all on the same page. So what does really on the same page mean? Well, when y'all are having a meeting, okay, and there are, say, 5 people attending the meeting, and everybody has said what they wanted to, and now you agree with it, and probably y'all are just thinking absolutely alike. Okay, so when you think alike, this is a great expression to use, like rather than saying that, oh yes, we think alike, well, you can say that we are on the same page. So you understand, you'll think just the way the others are thinking, okay? So you can say, okay, I think we are all on the same page, which means that you understand what everybody just said and you're totally with them. And then the third phrase that you can use is, yes, I get what you're saying. So again, you're agreeing and you have totally understood to what the other person had to say. So you are agreeing to it and making it a point by saying that, yes, I get what you are saying. Okay? So these are the three phrases that you can use when you agree with people during a meeting. Now, there are times when you disagree with people. I hope that doesn't happen too often. So, disagreeing is okay because, yes, we do have our own perspectives. Now, what are the phrases that you can use in order to disagree with people? Which should also sound really polite, but firm, okay? Now, when I say firm, it means you need to be strong, but not pushy or not rude, okay? So be polite and be firm. The phrases that you can use are, I'm sorry, but you may have that slightly wrong. So someone just said something about the project that you all are working on, and probably you don't agree to what he just said. And how do you make that clear? Well, you can say that I'm sorry. So you're being polite here by apologizing, but I'm sorry, but you may have that slightly wrong. Okay? The next one is, from our perspective, it's a little different. Let me explain. Now, there are times when people think in a different manner, okay? And you don't necessarily have to agree with them. And if you disagree, it's important for you to give a reason or to explain it better. So how do you begin explaining it? By using this phrase during a meeting. That from our perspective, it's a little different. So you're making it clear that yes, we don't agree on this. And you can end it by saying that, let me explain. Okay, and then you can go ahead with your explanation. Right? And then the third phrase that I have for you that you can use is, well, yes, but can I tell you how we see it? Now here, when you say, well, yes, it means that you are respecting that person's point of view, or you are kind of agreeing to that person, what he has to say, because he has his own perspective, but also you disagree to what he has to say. Then you can continue by saying that, but can I tell you how we see it? So here you want to give your perspective as well. Okay, so this is the way you would use this phrase during a meeting. So I hope these expressions or the phrases are clear to you. Next time you are in a meeting or on a conference call, make sure you understand the situation well, you listen, and go ahead, use these phrases confidently in order to express yourself in a better way. And I'll be back with a new lesson soon. Till then, you take care.